Hello everybody, this is Abdallah, and today in this presentation I'll be talking about asides in The Market of Venice by William Shakespeare. Let's start with the outline. I'll be talking about the definition of aside, the significance of aside, the difference between asides and soliloquies, and finally I'll give an example from The Market of Venice by William Shakespeare. First of all, the definition of aside. Aside generally mean a short speech given by one character, one single character, not supposed to be heard by other characters on the stage and only intended for the audience. So it's a literary device used mainly, I mean, only in plays. It's not used in poetry or novels, and it's very popular in Shakespearean plays. Let's move to the significance of asides. We use asides, or asides are useful for giving audience special information about the character who's saying the aside or other characters on the stage or the plot of the play. So it reveals special informations, feelings, thoughts. It helps developing the plot of the play and the actions of the play, and we will see that in the example at the end of the presentation. Now we move to the difference between asides and soliloquies. Asides and soliloquies are two important literary devices used in plays and very popular in Shakespearean plays. Soliloquy is a long speech, mainly a long speech made by one character, and it's alone in the stage and intended for the audience, and it reveals, those feelings and of the characters, while the aside is mostly a short speech made by one character, while other characters on the stage and intended for the audience. Now the main differences, we have two main differences. The soliloquy is a long speech, but aside is mostly a short speech, and soliloquy is just one character on stage talking directly to the audience, while the character who's saying the aside is one of a group actors on stage or simply not alone on stage, but they almost share the same purpose, which is reveal special information, thoughts, feelings of the characters on stage. Now we're moving to an example of a side from The Market of Venice by William Shakespeare. I'm sure you're familiar with these lines by Shylock. I chose these lines from a longer speech. I know I said earlier that aside is mostly a short speech, but Shakespeare, of course, knows better than me, or the critic who said that. So let me give you a background about this scene. It's Act One, Scene Three, and Shylock and Antonio on stage. Antonio wants to borrow some money from Shylock for his friend Bassiano, and Shylock, gives us that speech. Uh, I'll read it now. Shylock, aside, how like a falling publican he looks. I hate him for he is a Christian, but more for that in low simplicity. He lends out money gratis and brings down the rate of usance here with us in Venice. Act 1, Scene 3. Now let's analyze this aside. I said before that it's a part from a longer speech. Now this speech or this aside reveals that Shylock obviously hates Antonio, and and he gives us the reasons of this hatred. Like, first of all, he's a Christian, and he lends people money without benefits. And of course, the history they had in Venice. The Jews were always humiliated by the nobles and the rich people in Venice. So this aside reveals us some informations and the true feelings of Shylock, and of course, this speech, particularly in this play, increase the dramatic tension and develop the plot of the play, and make the audience expect more uh, actions. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't think so.